Hello, James.
Hi, Nick. Hi, Nick. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Hi. I think it's the first time I'm on your show, and it's a privilege and honor to be here. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Welcome along.
Yes. So, if you were talking about Donald Trump, and you were even mentioning the word before. He has cult fans. I'm a really strong Trump supporter, and I would like to come and defend him.
Okay.
So, I think that when you say Trump is a cult leader, I think that it's the most stupid thing to say, because Donald Trump is the person who actually fought against threat to democracy. They were calling Donald Trump the threat to democracy. I see Joe Biden as a threat to democracy if someone of these two are. So first of all,
why do you say that though?
Okay, I'll tell you in a second. I just wanted to bring out that...
Well, no, don't switch around. You said that Joe Biden was a threat to democracy. What do you mean by that?
I did not say that Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. I said if one of these two are a threat to democracy, it's Joe Biden, not Donald Trump.
Isn't that saying that he is a threat to democracy?
Nope. I said who's closer to a threat to democracy is Joe Biden.
But why do you say that?
Okay. So, threat to democracy, I think, is when someone comes... threat to democracy is that when we see the whole time videos of Joe Biden, he's got no idea what's going on with him, stripping down steps, talking, making a bridge from Mexico.
Every one of those videos of Joe Biden, you could get at least one of Donald Trump doing the exact same thing.
No, that's not true.
Well, it is true, James. But what does that have to do with being a threat to democracy?
What that has to do with threat to democracy, that they were lying the whole time to the American citizens who wanted to know what's going on with their president, telling the whole time. And once Joe Biden went out of the race, suddenly by the debate, they always came out, "Oh, Joe Biden is a problem. Joe Biden is a problem." Seriously? I think that by the debate he performed very well compared to different videos and performances he did. No, the truth the reason is because they didn't have a problem that Joe Biden has no idea. Because I don't think Joe Biden was leading America in his 4 years. I think that he was just having people behind his back leading it.
Well, the president doesn't make all of the choices that come from the White House. Ronald Reagan's wife's astrologer was making decisions about America when he was the president.
I don't think that was right. But it doesn't mean that Joe Biden becomes right because Ronald Reagan did that.
Do you think that Donald Trump is making all of the decisions that come out of the White House? Or do you think that the people behind him are...
Definitely not, because that's not the point of... That's a dictator. That's a cult leader. Someone who doesn't reckon on any decisions of...
So by your logic, what Joe Biden did, according to you, was wrong, and the very same thing, if Donald Trump does it, is right.
No, because of Donald Trump...
That's what you just said.
I did not say that. Donald Trump is a president who leads America, and he does take ideas and suggestions, and he has there's such a thing of that he has people to speak through it with. And you saw it very clearly when the Russian-Ukraine thing. He was
how many times have you seen Donald Trump sign one of the in his big boy squiggle, sign one of those proclamations, and then get told what it was he just signed by the person who's standing next to him?
No, Donald Trump signs a thing where he knows what he's signing.
No, I just described the situation in which he doesn't. I've seen that multiple times. He was just asked, who stopped the shipment of arms to Ukraine? And his answer was, I don't know, why don't you tell me? He didn't even know that the arms had been stopped.
Yes, because obviously there are things going, because of Donald Trump can't be on top of every single thing.
James, I go back to my point before. What you claimed was the problem with Joe Biden. You could say the exact same thing about Donald Trump, but when it was Joe Biden doing it, that was wrong. When it's Donald Trump doing it, that's right. That, James, is being a cult member. Kensington, hello, Cliff.
Hey, how are you, Nick?
Very well, thanks.
Good to hear you. We don't always disagree on everything, well, almost everything, but I do agree, A, Donald Trump is a clown, and B, the weather is bad, but it's not for the reasons that you think. And I wonder if you could just try to grasp this conspiracy theory, which I know is poison to you, that the government is actually creating the climate crisis so they can make money and control everybody.
Warning!
Warning!
Insanity incoming.
Oh, God. Come on, Nick.
Okay, so let's take this apart, shall we? So the government is controlling...
Yeah, why not?
Wait a minute. The government is controlling the weather. Is that the first contention? Okay, how are they doing that?
Look, I know you go outside. You see the chemtrails in the sky. Oh, God, he said that word. Oh, no, that word.
Get off the internet, Cliff.
They're doing it worldwide.
It's affecting your brain.
Oh, come on, Nick.
Chemtrails. You can't be serious. So, okay, so...
I am serious.
So
you see them. Come on, look up.
Yeah, that's not chemtrails. They're contrails.
I know. They're not contrails.
Yeah, it's contrails. Ask a chemist or a scientist
what about the pilots?
Or a doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
Don't ask him. He knows nothing.
Can I ask a question? What about the pilots that say they see them up there? Are they lying?
They see what up there?
Chemtrails.
Contrails is what they're seeing.
And other people, other whistleblowers.
Okay, all right. Let's whistleblowers. Let's just park that there.
It's whistleblowers.
Hang on a minute. Cliff. Let's just park that there and then go to the why. Why would they be doing that?
Why would they be doing that? For control. Look, the weather.
What does that mean?
Look how much they're going to make out of it. I know you agree that money runs the world.
Who would make money out of it?
Well, if I tell you who it is, you're going to laugh again. But, it's the people that control the world that have all the money, and they want more money.
Bankers and tech
yeah,
bros.
You're on the right road.
And you think bankers and tech bros are controlling the weather?
Well, look, the stuff that they spray, they have to mine. That's money for them. Yeah, right there. Okay? And so they own all the mines, okay? So the government is paying them the money to do that.
They dig it up and then they spray it all over us. Yeah, for what purpose?
All over. Well, no, it's controlling the weather. Mostly it's nano-aluminum. It's heavy metals, okay?
And they're controlling the weather. By what measure are they controlling it?
I don't like the word control. I think destroying the weather's better. I agree with you. You and I agree totally that the weather's messed up, and to ignore it is stupid. That's true. It's gone. It's getting worse all the time. I mean, we've had 4 heat waves here in Britain, and we're getting ready for another one, 39 degrees. Come on, never seen anything like it.
Right, but the only difference, the difference between us is not that we can't recognize weather when we see it. It's why it's becoming more extreme.
Exactly.
And you think that banks are controlling the weather in order to make money from mining the elements that they then spray from planes in the sky?
Right. It's just waste product, get rid of it any way you can. But metals, you spray them up, it's heating up the planet and it controls the rain too.
All right. Okay, Cliff, it's been educational. There's just so many people out there that are so convinced of this stuff because they sit in a little pink bubble all day, only hearing echoes of what they throw out. It's actually alarming. It is. And the internet is both the greatest source of information that has ever been invented and the greatest source of misinformation that has ever been invented. And the problem with the internet is that everything looks equally valid. The website that is from... I hesitate to mention a news organisation because people will just say, oh, well, that's fake news. But let's say the websites that are from The Guardian, The Times, The Telegraph, I almost said Mail there. Let's just stick with The Guardian, The Times and The Telegraph. Let's take The Telegraph out. The Guardian and The Times. And The Washington Post and The New York Post. And the French ones that I can't think of right now. If you read something from them, then it appears on the same screen as the demented screeds from people like that. It all looks equally valid. It's not. Chemtrails. Cumbran. Hello, Philip.
Hello, Nick. Before I get serious for a minute or two, I would like to say I'm not an immigration fanatic. I'm generally a liberal-minded person, and I am not racist. But this situation that's going on. It's the case of the straw has broken the camel's back.
What situation?
We cannot carry on with this situation with nothing being done about it.
Do you know how long people have been saying that, Philip?
Oh, yes.
Forever.
Yes.
We're full. People have been saying we're full for 100 years.
Well, there was a gentleman on the so-called expert a few days ago on some channel saying that, I support the EU. And he said that if we had stayed in the EU, part of the structure, we could have always been at the table. There was freedom of movement. This could have been sorted
Well, we
out.
could have sent them all back, Philip. Unfortunately, and ironically, when we left the EU, we couldn't.
Well, that is true. But we have to face things now. We are out of the EU because the British people voted us out. Yeah. We are never going to go back. I'm 71.
71 years old. How do you know? Most people now want to go back.
Well, I don't think we'll go back when I'm still alive. But
well, can you hurry up?
But we have to deal with the situation as it is now. Now, I live in South Wales, as you can tell, another Welshman ringing into you. Now, the dentistry situation in South Wales
has nothing to do with immigrants.
It's absolutely no.
In fact, the dentist that you see will probably be an immigrant.
Yeah, but the point is, and our Labour Welsh government in Cardiff. The ones that brought in the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So they are reforming the dentistry next year, which is going to make it worse. Now,
they're reforming it to make it worse.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, in what way worse?
Well, you will not be designated to a dentist anymore. You'll be given a dentist anywhere, any place. You can have one in that, and it's ridiculous. But without
any place, anywhere, any time.
But without wasting time on that, I hear and I can't prove, but these immigrants are getting free this, free that.
Yeah, you've heard, but you can't prove. And people who are oily charlatans are trying to make you angry by lying to you about the situation as it exists now, Philip. And it seems like you're falling for it, hook, line and sinker, because all of the things that you said at the beginning of this conversation are probably not true. All of those, now, I'm not this and I'm not that. Now, why would you come out and say that if that were actually the case?
Oh, no, honestly, Nick. I am not.
Of course not.
I mean, I had a heart bypass operation many years ago. The surgeon.
So you've still got a heart? Is that what you're saying?
He was from Sri Lanka.
Right.
I'm not.
So without immigration, you'd be dead now.
Yeah, but this boat situation is a totally...
This boat situation is a microscopic problem compared to the number of people who come here legally. Philip, you're talking about a percentage in the single digits. They're trying to make you angry about a tiny problem that's not really affecting you one way or another. And those people that show up for those little afternoon riots, if they weren't doing that, then they'd be picking a fight in a pub, or they'd be going to the football when that's on and punching somebody on the terraces. They're just out for the excitement. That's what it is. It's a nice afternoon out with a bit of bother. It makes the blood fair course around the veins, don't it? I mean, you know, some people like to go and see scary movies. Some people like to throw themselves out of a plane with a parachute on. And some people like to pick fights with strangers. It's exciting. That's what that is. Anyway, I've heard enough, Philip. I just can't take it anymore. And why you decided to take over this show with that topic, I don't know. Have you heard this show before? How do you say it?
Ljubljana.
Ljubljana in Slovenia.
Ljubljana. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you. I just wanted to talk about I was listening to James O'Brien, and he talks about this 2 weeks thing that Donald Trump always says.
Yeah.
Always 2 weeks for everything. And they were thinking about theories about why it's 2 weeks, but no one came up with the idea that it's just 2 weeks because he wants anticipation to build, because he's all about TV ratings. That's all he wants.
Yeah,
So he
but
wants
why
people to
2 weeks, though? Why not tomorrow? That would, because in 2 weeks' time, everybody's forgotten the crazy thing that he said 2 weeks ago, because he said 150,000 different crazy things in the meantime.
But he says 2 weeks because then it's 3 days later and he says, okay, I'm still going to announce it, and everyone's holding on. And then CNN says, okay, it's going to be 2 weeks. We're going to wait for 2 weeks, and then we're going to figure out what's going on. And then it's always building up and up because he's waiting for that anticipation. He's waiting for people to think, oh, what's he going to say? What's he going to do?
Yeah.
And that's the point of the 2 weeks.
No, that's not the point of the 2 weeks. There is no point of the 2 weeks. He just kicks things down the road because he has absolutely no idea what he's saying or doing at any given moment. And if he just says in 2 weeks, then he's fairly confident that, as I said, people will have forgotten what he said 2 weeks ago because they'll be concentrating on him, starting a war with Neverland or invading Disneyland or whatever it might be.
I totally agree with that, but the majority of people think, well, we're going to wait 2 weeks, and somewhere between the 2 weeks it's going to happen. No. And then they hold on. It's all attention. It's all grabbing people's attention.
There's absolutely nobody who pays any attention to that anymore, because if you just keep saying 2 weeks to everything, then it's just wallpaper. Everything he says is just wallpaper now. Nobody's paying the slightest bit of attention to any word that he says. Just wait to see what he does.
But CNN always wait on, or BBC or Sky News wait on that 2 weeks.
They don't. Yeah, they don't. They might in 2 weeks say, well, hang on a minute, 2 weeks ago you said you were going to do this, but they don't sit there waiting. No, they absolutely do not do that.
But they do say, okay, it's coming any minute now, it's going to come.
No, they don't. Maybe in the news feed in Ljubljana in Slovenia, but not over here or anywhere else that I am familiar with, Derek. But anyway, you keep your eyes peeled. I see you wait in anticipation. Bayswater. Hello, Andrew.
Oh, good God. I was given no warning about that. Look,
Andrew, would you like me to put you on hold?
No, it's fine. We can carry on. Because what I'd like to do is have a conversation with you about Brexit. Because I sense you think it was a bad idea.
No. Is that what you sense?
Yeah, that's what I said. Can I tell you why I thought it was a good idea?
Not really.
No?
Okay,
sure?
As you've waited, I suppose so.
Oh, that's kind of you. Okay.
Is it, without using the words freedom or sovereignty or the phrase taking back control? Go ahead.
Okay, I won't use any of those because that's none of my reasoning for voting to leave. My thinking was this: we do not use the euro, and most of the other members of the EU do use the euro, and where you have a block of countries that all use a single currency, they really need to have political control because they have to have the same levers for interest rates and all of those things. And that, it seemed to me, was always going to create a tension between us as non-Euro members of the EU and the other Euro members of the EU.
Yeah, but we can all set our own interest rates. What difference does it make?
Well, because it means that often when you have economic decisions to take as a bloc, the interests of the Euro members are going to differ from the interests of the non-Euro members.
Give me an example.
Well, we may want to set our interests low for a particular reason, and they may want to set their interests high.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be forced to follow them. We can do it independently of them.
No, that's absolutely true. But we're it's not homogenous. So my concept was it would have been great to have like a kind of two-tier system, where there you have the Euro members who are all tied into the same regime, which has got to have the same interest rates. And then you have other people who are free at the outside to set their own interest rates.
Right.
And,
like we were. So you wanted to leave the European Union to get the exact same freedoms that we had inside the European Union.
No, but Nick, you have to remember there were these constant arguments. And do you remember the phrase, ever closer union? That was the big thing. And they needed ever closer union to get the homogeny that you need to have a single currency working.
Homogeny.
And so-
Have you ever been to Europe?
Of course, I'm in Europe now. I'm in Portugal, actually, at the moment.
Okay,
It's
well, can
lovely.
you tell the difference between Portugal and Luxembourg, for instance? Or Portugal and France? Or France and Germany? There's no homogeny.
No, not in terms of culture, but in terms of economic policy and regulation, there is. It's all the same. And it has to be. And do you not remember there were constant arguments between us
that's a
and
family.
the
There's
rest of
constant arguments within a family, so let's ban families. All families should split up for the benefit of not having an argument. Crying out, so far, you've taken a lot of time, and you've described that the main reason that you wanted to get out was to continue to have the freedom that we had when we were in. Makes no sense.
Well, you don't seem to remember that there were constant arguments between
yes,
us.
there's constant arguments now. It's called international diplomacy, Andrew. You know, if you want no arguments, then you're not going to find it anywhere on Earth.
Well, but you have to think, what was the fault line? What was the real fault line? And the real fault line, I think, was that we had a different currency.
Yeah,
and that's why.
We're just going around in a tight circle. You're telling me that you wanted the freedom to continue to have the same situation outside as we have inside. There's no benefit that you've described. There's no difference in the instance that you're talking about, outside or inside. What difference does it make? And your answer is to just keep repeating the argument over and over again. So we're not getting anywhere. I refer you to the answer I gave some moments ago, but thanks a lot. Portugal, Stephen.
Oh, that's me. Hi. I was terrified that the man who was doing the chicken with the egg was going to go David Cameron. Not why I'm calling. I also was going to tell you it was Tamagotchi, not Yamagotchi. But the reason I called, earlier on, you talked about David Bowie, which you always talk about, and I've always followed your program, and I love it. But there was one other pop star, we are exactly the same age, who died releasing an album, a fantastic album, of the 70s. His name was Alvin Stardust. And I'm sure there will be other people who will give other pop star names who died with an album just before they died. But that was just what I wanted to say, because it's not just about David Bowie, although I know for you it is. Have a nice day.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, with the greatest respect, I don't think that you can mention Alvin Stardust and David Bowie in the same sentence. My cuckoo. Hampstead. Hello, Roy.
Hello. I went to a pub today.
Oh, yes.
In Kentish Town, right, near Camden. Right, there was about 5 people in there. That was about it, right? Socialising.
What time of day was that?
2:30. Yeah.
There were 5 people in Kentish Town?
Yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah. I forgot the name of the pub. Anyway, there was 5 people. I mean, like one person serving, but I mean, it was a huge space.
Yeah.
And nobody in there.
Yeah, I just don't think that people really like the idea of going to pubs much anymore. I mean, apart from anything else, it just costs so blooming much. £8 for a pint of lager?
What?
You're joking.
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying £8.
I'm saying it. £8. It was the last time I bought a pint. It was £8.
Really?
And I can tell you who was the brewer as well. It was that bloke off the telly with the farm. It was one of his. £8 it cost.
Anyway, right, so I was down there, right, and I was looking down Kentish Town Road, right, and that's the only pub left there. I thought it was a restaurant. You know, it looked like a restaurant, a bistro.
That's what people want now. They want to sit down.
But nobody was in there because everybody was frightened to go in because it was like too posh.
Too posh. In Kentish Town. Yeah, I seriously doubt that. But well spotted there, Roy. Thanks for that. Too posh, Kentish Town. Those two phrases have never been used in the same sentence. Brighton. Hello, Caroline.
Hey.
Caroline.
Hello. Do you know, I've never phoned into a programme before, but I am so angry and furious.
Oh, no. What's happened?
Oasis are opening with a Gary Glitter song. the Gary Glitter song is I'm Good to Be Back. Every time that song is played in public, and it is being played on Sky News now, right? It's credited to Gary Glitter and Mike Leander. They get PRS money. Every time the song is played, a convicted paedophile...
No, hang on a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not sure that's true. I don't think...
It is true.
Wait a minute. Do you have to pay royalties if you perform it live? I'm not sure that's true.
Every time a song is played live, and it's... money has to go.
No, every time
to
a song
the
is
people who wrote it.
No, every time a song is played on the radio or the TV, then yes. But not when it's played live, surely, because how could they police that?
Okay, fair enough. Every time it's... I don't know that aspect, but what I do know is tonight... Sky News are playing It's Good to Be Back, It's Good to Be Back by Gary Glitter.
But you just sang it, Caroline. And Caroline, you just sang it. And now we're going to have to pay for your performance
there you go.
Song.
And what a great song it is. However, that money is going into Paul Raven, Gary Glitter, Mike Leander. Going into their account.
But do you accept? Okay, all right. But probably not very much, because I'm not sure that if a band plays a song live, you actually have to pay that. I mean, that could be true, but I don't think so. But I'm prepared to be told otherwise. But do you accept that you have to remove the, and I use the word loosely here, art from the artist, because otherwise the National Gallery would have empty walls all over the place?
Nick, I have one question for you.
Yes.
You know that there is a real spate of shoplifting going on in this country. There is a certain artist who is calling for shoplifters of the world to unite. No other than the greatest living Englishman, Morrissey. And he is also asking for the DJ to be hanged and the disco to be burned down.
The DJ?
I mean, at the same time, we've got a bunch of middle-class kids in the field asking for the death of a number of, you-know-what, I'm not going to repeat it, but, what's going on here?
I think you're being triggered, Caroline. Stop reading the mail. That's what's going on here. But I appreciate your concern. It has been logged. Victoria, Azim.
Yeah. Hi, Nick.
Yes, sir.
Hi, it's Azim. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Yeah, I love your normal and abnormal show, both of them. Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. So last week you were talking about a very quick call. Yeah. Last week you were talking about the rhyming words.
Yes, rhyming words. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I've missed it because I'm listening on and off here because of the nature of my job.
Right.
So with orange, I thought lozenge will be probably not lozenge. Is it rhyming with orange?
Lozenge and orange. I think that's good enough.
What about scavenge? Another one.
Orange and scavenge. Not so good.
Okay. and also you had point.
Yeah.
So what about joint? Is rhyming with point?
No, it was pint.
Ah, sorry.
So that would be giant, which is not a thing.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, well that's excellent work. So we got lozenge yes, scavenge no, in that order. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Greenwich. Hello, Lucy.
Yeah. Hello.
Lucy.
Yeah. So I wanted to tell you about a mural on the wall in Greenwich.
Mural.
Yeah, a mural on the wall.
A mural.
Yeah. It depicts a man back a few hundred years, and he's sitting on a chair, and all you can see is the Union Jack, and it's draped over his head down to his knees. And right now, next to him, there's a EU flag on a table and a mirror, and he's completely blinded by everything other than the Union Jack. And actually, if you look at his shoes at the bottom, they've got blue satin bows on them. And at that time, I guess we had a big empire. But these people with their flags, They need to get real. Honest to God, I am sick of seeing flags everywhere.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it because they'll be bored shortly. This is a passing fad. It will go away. You know, like hemorrhoids.
Well, hopefully I can go away soon.
Right. But that sounds like an interesting mural there, Lucy. If only I had a picture of it, and then I'd be able to describe it in detail. Yeah, OK, I'll do just that. Thanks a lot. Cheers, my dear. Bookham, Sean.
Hello, Nick.
Your name should be Dano.
Bookham Dano, yeah. The postcode here is Hawaii 50.
No, I don't think so.
I'm a bit troubled about your comments regarding somebody's red box, but shall we move on?
Moving on.
Thank you for taking my call, Nick. I was intrigued by your conversation regarding conkers earlier, and you seemed quite passionate in your defence of conkers and the fact that was sort of somehow part of our cultural DNA and a good thing to uphold. But
that may be stretching it a bit. I was just not concerned exactly, but I just was curious as to why I hadn't seen any.
Well, I think, I'm not sure that's to do with the fact that there aren't as many around. I think conkers have been banned by most schools and it's become a thing of the past.
Well, I agree on that, but that doesn't really prevent the trees from growing them just because kids aren't allowed to play with them as we used to in the playground.
Of course, I don't think the trees have stopped growing them. I think that they're less visible because somehow we're not allowed to enjoy playing conkers anymore. But my question was, listen, I love you, Nick, and I enjoy your show endlessly. But you were, don't stop playing bizarre tunes now. But you were very passionate about defending the fact that conkers were part of our, culture, DNA.
Yeah, I don't recall actually doing that. I was just curious as to why there were so few of them on the ground. But anyway, go on.
If I've misread it, I apologise.
Right. But let's say I did do that. Then what would your point be?
But my point would be that there are other areas in which you seem to feel that people that want to defend our cultural DNA are somehow in the wrong. So I was intrigued that there was a kind of divergence there. On the one hand, you were very passionate about retaining some of those good things that make up our historical culture, but on the other hand, you're not so keen on supporting people who still want to do that.
I didn't say anything about keeping conquering going because it was our shared heritage. Never said a word on that. I just was noticing that there were so few conkers on the ground. And B, if you're talking about the flag huggers, those people who zip tie the one corner of a cheap plastic made-in-China flag halfway up a lamppost in order to prove how patriotic they are, well, I ain't got no time for those people at all. And neither am I going to get into an argument with you at 3 minutes to the end of the show. But good effort, Sean. I applaud your effort, if not your actual content. Ebba Vale. Hello, Tina.
Oh, hello.
Tina.
Hello. Now, you haven't had the call to break.
Tina, it's a very bad line. Try it again.
You haven't taken your quarter break.
Well, that is very true, because the quarter to break was smashed into the quarter past break. And so, out of my control. But that's
all right then. I was getting worried.
That was well spotted, Tina.
I know I was getting worried, Nick. Now, last night, you mentioned the Mandela effect.
Oh, yes.
And you hadn't heard of it.
Yeah, what is it again?
When people misremember things.
Oh, in large groups, yes, you're right, I got it.
They said about Bob Geldof. No, he didn't swear, which he did.
He did, yes.
I know he did. Now, there's a couple of questions I like to ask people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you remember Fruit of the Loom?
Fruit of the Loom? The T-shirts?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, can you remember the logo?
Wasn't it two cherries?
No, it was like fruit.
Well, what kind of fruit?
Well, it was just like grapes and oranges.
Was it?
It was oh, well, you're going to be useless at this.
Go on. Try me.
But everybody remembers it was coming out of a cornucopia. It was like a brown shell, and the fruit was falling out of this cornucopia.
Yes.
Now, you remember that?
No. I remember it as 2 cherries.
Oh, well, that's a different type of fruit of the loom there.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up.
Right.
And what happened to them, by the way?
Well, everybody remembers that the fruit was coming out of this cornucopia.
Yes.
But now every image has been wiped off the internet.
Why is that?
Well, this is weird, see, but some people are posting old pictures of Fruit of the Loom with the cornucopia.
Oh, yeah.
Right, now there's another question. Can you remember that exercise guru Richard Simmons?
Yes.
Now, can you remember what he wore on his head?
Hair.
Yeah, but he had a headband. Can you remember that?
Oh, yes.
No, he didn't. According to that, you look for a picture of Richard Simmons now with his headband.
Yeah.
Nope, he never wore one, apparently.
Well, he did, though.
Yeah, no, he did. And there's people, right, of old photographs. When did he die?
Relatively recently, I can't recall.
No, everybody remembers he died. I thought he died about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But apparently he died recently.
But why are you asking me all of these bizarre questions?
I like to ask people who have never heard of the Mandela effect. If they remember this stuff, look.
Okay, so you're accusing me of suffering from the Mandela effect.
No, I'm not.
I think you are.
No, I remember the headband.
Yes.
But there's millions of people in the world who say we are lying.
Right. I very much doubt that there's millions of people who are really that concerned about what Richard Simmons wore on his head. I mean, or what the logo of Fruit of the Loom was. But I'm going to have to stew in my ignorance, Tina. Greenwich, Kathleen.
Oh, hello there.
Hello there.
Hi, I'm here. Are you there?
Where are you?
I'm always there. Are you there?
Here. I'm here. You're there.
Are you there? I'm there, yes.
Right.
Angela Rayne, it's so silly, isn't it, what they're doing to her? It's like, just leave her alone, isn't it? You know, what has she done to deserve all that hatred directed at her? She done nothing wrong. She deserves a holiday, doesn't she? Don't you think?
Deserves a holiday? I don't think it's got anything to do with a holiday, but I think it has a lot to do with, A, that it's a her, and B, that it's a person of low standing, a person that came up from a poor family who should know her place.
That's terrible, isn't it? I'm sure that's happened before from lots of fellas and girls, and nobody batted an eyelid, did they?
Yeah.
You know,
well, you make a good point.
Under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever heard about it. You know, it's ridiculous. They're just going at her like the fans of the basketball. You know,
Kathleen, where is this accent from? It's like we're taking a trip around the English-speaking world. Can you nail a bit of it down for us?
Lived in Southampton for a long time. I lived in Belfast for a long time.
Right.
I lived in Lancashire for a long time. And now I'm back in London, so I sound like the South East Londoner who are
not
really and all that.
Not to my ear. No.
Well, when I get a handyman come to my house, they think I'm from New York. Does it sound like I'm from New York?
No.
What is it? A combine harvester?
Yeah, a little bit like that. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit farm girl. Yeah. All right. Lovely to hear from you, Catherine, and appreciate everything you just told me, whatever that was. Camden. Hello, Hugh.
Hello. Speaking.
Yes, Hugh.
Right. I was just phoning up about these ID cards.
Oh, yeah.
Like, basically, it's to collect tax. Nothing else.
And where did you learn this information?
I work for the Customs and Excise.
So Customs and Excise have called into this show to tell us that the government's super secret plan is to get us to pay taxes.
That's correct. So all the window cleaners are complaining about it is because they don't pay tax on their cash.
I'm not sure that that's why they're complaining about it. It might not be. It might not be. It might not be front of mind for the people that are instinctively complaining about their details being held on a card that can be requested by the authorities.
Yeah, it's all rubbish, mate. They're just saying propaganda. It's a delusion.
Right.
Illusion. Sorry.
Right. Just an illusion.
Can I talk about two other things, please?
Are they as believable as the things that you just told me?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, one is Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's going to crash in the next 24 hours.
24 hours, okay. Mm-hmm. And the rapture? Don't tell me the rapture. Jesus is going to come and walk and we're all going to get beamed up to heaven.
Because the creator, Satoshi Nakamoto, has come public in the next 24 hours. And he's a person that lives in London.
Right.
He's actually receiving universal credit.
Okay.
And he's the fourth richest man in the world.
Is that right? Okay, well, you certainly have me convinced. I'll sum that up for you. Leytonstone. Hello, Russell.
Good evening. I've got some questions for you. You're a quick fire man, aren't you?
No.
Yes, you are. Right, I'm going to ask you 20 questions, right? And I want quick fire answers. You get them all right. They're really easy. There's nothing difficult. If you get them all correct, I will give £50 charity, right?
Well, let's see how we do with the first question, and then I'll make a judgment as to where we go.
The first question is, what rhymes with day?
What rhymes with day?
You've got to be quicker than that. Come on.
May.
Right. What do you put on your sandwich?
Butter.
Quick. Right, now we're going to start getting quicker. What do you drive to work?
A red car.
Right, perfect. Right, you need to get quicker. Right, how many eyes has a cyclops got?
One.
Oh, yeah, very, very good, but you're too slow. Come on, you've got to speed up. Right, now, these are easy questions.
Yeah.
Speed up. Right, now, what? Okay, you got the idea now, yeah? Right, quick answers.
Mm-hmm.
What does a fire brigade stop doing?
What does a fire brigade stop doing?
You know, what do they stop? What do they present? What is their job?
I think that you're misreading some of these questions, Russell.
Okay, right. Answer this one. Tales of the...
Tales of the... See you later. All right, thanks a lot, Russell, for, whatever that was. St Albans. Hello, Jerry.
Hey, hi, Nick. How are you doing?
Good, thanks.
You know what? I just wanted to pass this by you. Remember earlier on in your show you said kind of like nothing works in the UK?
Nothing works in the UK. Nothing works at all.
Nothing works.
No.
Absolutely. I ordered Post-it notes because we can't make these in the UK.
Can't we?
No, we
can't make Post-it notes.
No.
What, they're made to a secret.
Looked?
They were made to a secret recipe.
Apparently so. They come from China.
Oh,
so,
China.
Meanwhile, I was having my kitchen done. That's taken 4 weeks. So the Post-it notes arrived far quicker.
The Post-it notes arrived from China quicker than you had your kitchen made.
Yeah, and that was all done in the UK. And I'm still waiting. We're only 3.5 weeks down the line. But, it is what it is.
Well, I think it's a little...
The UK are just...
Yeah.
I mean...
I think it's... Hang on a minute. Let me interject just for a moment. I think it's rather unreasonable to expect your kitchen to be made quicker than getting a Post-it note from China.
Exactly. And it's made in the UK. Can someone explain?
No, I am saying, listen to me. I'm saying that you are being unreasonable to expect your kitchen to beat the arrival of a Post-it note.
Well,
yes.
I put the order in, but why should it take? It came in quicker.
Because it's a kitchen.
Oh, right, okay. So the kitchen was ordered back in April, all the measurements and everything, all made in the UK.
Yes.
Yeah, but
So what are you getting? What color are the doors?
Is that why?
Jerry, listen to me. What colour are the doors?
Grey.
How many?
Grey.
Grey?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want that. No, grey.
Well, they look sharp.
What colour is the countertop?
It's granite.
Granite, yeah. What colour is it?
Yeah. Light grey.
Grey? You're having grey and grey?
Yes, but it's a light grey.
It's going to look like a prison in your kitchen, Jerry.
No, it just looks clinical.
Clinical. Right. Were you going to conduct autopsies in there?
No, you know, I just wanted to find out, right, from you, Nick, why can't we make post-it notes?
Why can't we make post-it notes? You have to get them from China.
In the UK.
Yeah, I have no idea. But those Chinese post-it notes, Jerry, you want to be very, very careful of those because what with having been made by the Chinese Communist Party, they're probably programmed to blow up at a moment's notice. So you want to look into those very strongly. Somerset. Hello, John.
Hello, Nick.
John.
I'm feeling very business-like, so straight to business.
Yes.
Have you ever seen Mona Lisa with Bob Hoskins?
No. I don't think I...
It's a really good film. Michael Caine's in it as well.
Is that the woman who isn't a woman or a man who isn't a man? I can't remember.
No, I think you're thinking of... I don't know what you're thinking of. But anyway, Bob Hoskins has got out of prison. He's been a bit of a gangster.
Yeah.
And he goes around with a white rabbit.
No, I have definitely not seen that, no.
Yeah, he takes a white rabbit to the guy that he used to work for. I don't know why, but it's like symbolic. It's something to do with...
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if you ever watch EastEnders.
No.
I don't either. But you know when they do the do.
Yes, that's when I switch off immediately.
I switch off. I don't watch it. But I think that people might be in for a surprise because when Trump's over here, it wouldn't surprise me if he's on EastEnders. Because they'll do the do, and a car will pull up in Albert Square.
Yeah.
Trump will get out, stroking a white rabbit.
And then it will all make sense.
And it will all make sense.
Right.
Maybe I dreamt it.
Yes.
It sounds like they've been doing disco biscuits down at the Goose and Cuckoo this evening.
If you say so, John, I guess you're an expert in that regard. Thanks a lot, mate. This talk coming from Crystal Palace and a person called Matthew. Matthew.
Oh, hello, mate. How are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Sorry, mate. I just spilled some tea on the sofa there and just mopping it up, and then you come on the blower. I was like, oh, bloody hell, Nick's on the phone there. How are you doing, Nick? You good, mate?
Leave it with me and I'll come back to you, all right? I'll put you on hold. I'm just getting I'm getting a feeling. I think that the bar needs to be raised a little bit for getting through to me. Just a little. Couple of feet. This call is in Bromley. A person called Luke. Luke.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Start with flies. The fruit flies, I can tell you why they were there. It's because you're not eating your fruit quick enough. They're ripening or going off. Eat them quicker and you won't have to suffer with fruit flies. And the same goes with venting the bin. Now, the reason why they get attracted to it is because the fruit is fermenting. So essentially they're getting drunk on their food. They're drunk flies.
Right. So they're ruining my life because of their addiction to alcohol.
Yeah, they're addicted to that. They're looking for somewhere to breed, to eat, or to die. And
well, aren't we all?
Fruit.
Aren't we all?
Well, this Labour government we are. So yeah. So that's that bit. No, I'm slightly dismayed by Labour's activities, the latest shenanigans.
Dismayed?
Absolutely. Angela Raymore should be, should have been out a while back. She's been working on this deal for the last 6 months of buying this property and things. She's obviously been lying along the way. Goodness knows, she's letting the whole country down. She says she's got to pay more tax, and she avoids it herself. She pledged to build 1.5 million homes. She's bought 3 and built none.
She hasn't bought 3.
Well, she owns 3.
No, she doesn't. Where are the 3?
I thought she has 3 homes, no?
Luke, you got to read below the headline. If you're going to form a strong opinion, at least have some clue as to what it is you're talking about. Better luck next time. Stu in Cumbria says, Nick, the Americans won the American Civil War, so there's that. Well, according to Donald Trump, they also won World War I and World War II. Right. Plymouth. Hello, Mark.
Oh, hiya. Yeah, I was just thinking about Andy and how he can sort of help himself financially. And I thought his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, she wrote a few books on children's books about Budgie the helicopter.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought maybe she could help him, and maybe Andrew could be one of the Mr. Men.
I'm lost about the reference there. Mr. Men, what are they?
Well, I wonder if the listeners could ring in with a title for him, really. We've got Mr. Forgetful. He already exists, and he looks like a sausage, actually, Mr. Forgetful. Mr. Grumpy's already taken as well. And there's a few others that I wouldn't mention that might, because I don't want to get done for slander, but I wonder if people could ring in what an appropriate name would be for Andrew as a Mr. Man.
Right, I still have no idea what you're talking about. There's a big gap in my knowledge. Mr. Men, I mean, I've heard the phrase, but I don't know what that is. Never mind, I will just sit here stewing in my own ignorance. North Carolina. Hello, Graham.
Real quick, I used to have one of those electric tennis rackets, but now I have a bug assault. And a bug assault is like a shotgun that shoots salt. It does a number on the moth for sure.
Right. How accurate do you have to be?
Not very accurate at all. I mean, you can't shoot them from 10 feet away, but yeah, it's a pump-action salt deliverer.
This is one of those occasions when the phrase "only in America" is appropriate.
Well, it's Second Amendment, right?
Right. Well, I guess so. Yeah. Well, those flies.
And the more insidious is than wool moths, or the moths that come out of the rice, the weevils that are in the rice. You experience that?
Right. I
mean, yeah. And you put the rice in a jar for a couple of months to keep it right, and then you open it up and the moths fly out.
Yeah, well, that's another excellent reason not to eat rice. I must note that down. A pump-action shotgun for flies. Huh. Excellent work. Thanks a lot, Graham. Dagenham. Hello, Timothy.
Hello. Just briefly, I have heard the lady speaking about bananas, etc.
Yeah.
And I was told that when the bananas are packed in wherever they come from, they put an orange in with. They're packed green, and they put an orange in with them to ripen them on the way over. That's why you shouldn't put anything citrus in the fruit bowl with bananas, because it'll send them off.
I thought it was the other way around. I thought a banana made anything it's put with go ripe.
Well, maybe that's true then. But I thought
maybe the banana is making the orange ripe, not the other way around.
I don't know, though, because I think oranges come over already ripe, don't they? I think.
Yeah, you don't need to take an orange home to ripen it, do you? It's pretty much the only fruit that you can't buy unripe.
Yeah, so I think it would
apple.
be banana.
I've got another one, apple.
Yeah, apples. But I think it would be then bananas ripened with citrus.
Right.
Maybe someone knows for certain.
But in the meantime, I'm glad you called.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Tony. Thanks, Timothy. Denver, Colorado. Hello, Danielle.
Well, hello. We spoke a long time ago when I was living in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I've been listening to you, and I just had enough today.
Enough what?
Of you with Gavin Newsom. Now,
you've had enough. I've been on for less than 40 minutes. What do you mean you've had enough? I mentioned him in passing.
Because okay, I'm obviously a dingaling, as you like to put them.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually a Trump fan, but after living here, I'm a dual national, and I was born and raised in England. After living here and living in a very progressive, very, very liberal state, and working and living in San Francisco as a firefighter for 21 years, I know what a dumpster fire that place is now, thanks to Gavin Newsom.
Oh, please.
No, I'm serious. I actually literally had to leave. I had to retire and leave and move out of state.
Yeah. I've been hearing from people such as yourself that every city on earth is that is run by anybody that is remotely not right-wing is a dumpster fire. I've been hearing it about London for about the past couple of months. It's almost like a memo has gone round to try to persuade people against their own experience that London is a hellhole. Same with San Francisco, I imagine.
Nick, I worked on the streets for 21 years. I've seen the changes.
Okay, well then why hasn't everybody left?
Oh, a lot of people have left.
A lot of people have left, and a lot of people are moving to go there. There's no indication that no indication that the population of San Francisco is decreasing. But anyway, Danielle, what's it? Why are you so upset with it? Why are you calling a person on a radio show that's not even in the country you're living in, 4,500 miles away, just to tell me that you're upset that I mentioned in passing the governor of a state you don't even live in?
Because I know what I'm talking about and you don't.
Okay. All right. Duly noted. Thanks a lot, Daniel. Not a dingling. No. Very, very upset, though. I mean, it's, these right-wingers, they get so upset so easily. It's a radio show, dear. I mean, are you going to be okay? Do you want us to call someone? Have you got your emotional support blanket with you? Oldbury. Hello, Ranjit.
Hi, Nick. You're right.
Yes, good, thanks.
I can give you another analogy. You know, when you phone your doctor's surgery.
Yeah.
And the reception goes, "What's the matter with you?"
Yeah.
And she's not even a doctor, is she? Or
I know. Yeah. I don't want to share that with you. You want me to send you a picture of my area?
See what I mean? So these kind of things happen at the banks, yeah. Because I quite frequently go to the bank and they still want to ask, stupid questions. But you have to answer them.
Where did you get all this money from, and why does it smell like chips?
Now, see, my mother went to put £60 into a building society account.
Yeah.
And they give her the 9th degree. They says, "You haven't put any money in this account for 2 years. Where did you get the £60 from?"
Where did you get 60 quid?
Honestly, yeah. And I was in the car, and my mum had a right go at him.
Yeah,
right.
I would imagine.
She goes, yeah. So then I went in. I said, "Hang on, what's going on?" He said, "We're going to ask." I said, "Hang on, is she going to launder?" Right.
60 quid?
60 quid, yeah. Right. I said, it was her birthday, and we give her the money. And you know what? You get these people who are jobs worth, and like I said, when you phone your GP, they want to know, and I'm too much of a gentleman to say something stupid to them, but sometimes I get tempted.
I found more than 60 quid in my garden.
Did you?
That's actually true. For quite a few days there, I was looking out the kitchen window and there was some rubbish in the garden. I thought, God, that's a bit annoying. Where's that blown in from? I'll get that in due time. And a day went by and I'm standing at the kitchen window and think, I must go and get that piece of rubbish. And so I go out and it was money.
Was he? Oh my God!
Money.
I'm going to come down to your house.
Yeah, money had blown into my garden.
Oh my God! Oh God, that's good. I'm gonna come. Can I be your sweeper then?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm doing all my own sweeping from now on.
I'll do you free.
Yeah, right.
I won't charge you.
Yeah, I'm going to charge you.
Right. I want to talk about Donny and how he's going to get unstuck now. Yeah.
Unstuck.
China, in India, and
Brazil,
Russia, and all them, like
Russia,
Brazil. Yeah. What they're saying is, right, to all the countries that he's put tariffs on, they says, "Come on, send us your goods, we'll buy them all off you." Right? And they're going to start trading between each other, right, which has started to bring the value of the dollar down. right?
Well, his idea, Trump's, as much as it was an idea, I mean, the whole thing is totally asinine. He doesn't even understand how a tariff works, or he does, and he's assuming his fans don't, so he keeps lying to them. But, yeah, I mean, the idea was to isolate China and bring in India, particularly, and he's done the exact opposite in every regard.
Yeah. Now, India, he told India you can't buy Russian oil.
Yeah.
They said, okay, see you later, Donny, and they're carrying on buying them.
Well,
right?
they're buying more now.
They're buying more now, and they're producing more goods, right? So between India and China, and then obviously the other partners, Russia. I mean, Russia's not our friend at the moment, but we don't know where they actually stand.
No. Well, America's not our friend at the moment. America has picked a fight with all of its allies. This is how stupid he and that regime are. All of those those billionaire geniuses that he has surrounding him on that table, giving him stupid advice. He's isolated America and picked a fight with all of the people that would ordinarily be his allies, their allies, rather. So no one can trust them anymore. This is where we are. This is the insanity of where we are now. China seems to be a more stable trading partner than America.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, the Chinese are quite intelligent people.
Well,
right?
they're more intelligent than we are, and they're more intelligent than America is on average.
Because what they want to win is just the economic war. They do not want to have a war with weapons. They want to be the top dog, right? And India and China have had wars, but what they've decided is, listen, on this, we're going to work together. We're going to be one of the biggest economies in the world. And that's where Trump is slipping, right? He doesn't understand that. I mean, years ago, you've heard of the petrodollar theory, don't you? Haven't you?
What do you mean?
Right. Basically, America prints money not based on anything, yeah? Sends it all over to Saudi Arabia, buys all the oil, and when the oil comes back, then with that money that the Saudis have got, they're selling the weapons, so all they're doing is exchanging oil for weapons.
Right.
And when Saddam Hussein was doing that with them, Saddam Hussein said, I'm not going to send the money back that you've given me to America in any kind of investments. That would break the American economy, because that circle where the money goes and then the money comes back is stopping. And the Chinese have said, what we'll do is we'll trade oil in the yen now instead of the US dollar. And that will make Trump start a world war. It's literally going to be that bad. No, serious, right?
Well, you can say you're serious all alike, but you're saying it like it's a fact. World War III is just around the corner because Donald Trump's an idiot.
I'll bring us into war.
Yeah. Well, no doubt. I mean, I do believe that is entirely a possibility, and there goes the Nobel Peace Prize, Donny.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, money makes the world go round, and the world goes around America.
Yeah.
And if we stop that circle, where the money goes back to America, he's going to get really stuck in a corner.
Ranjit, is any of this going to be on the test?
What test?
Are we not doing Economics 101? There's got to be a test,
no.
surely. I'm furiously writing all this stuff down. Please tell me I'm not wasting my time.
No, you're not wasting your time, right? If you look up, right, when you get some time, this is going back to the 90s, right, when the Gulf Wars were going on, right, and that was part of because basically, all these weapons that he wants to offload America, they sell them to people like Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, to bring a new us. Yeah. That's why he was saying NATO needs to spend more money, because who are going to get the weapons?
Well, exactly right. Yeah, he wasn't doing it in order that we, protect ourselves better. He was doing it because we would be spending money with his companies, his closest friends in the whole wide world, the people who make the bombs and the bullets. Yeah. Anyway, Ranjit, got to go, but thanks for that. I must take this call in Edinburgh from a person called Maria. Maria.
Hello.
Yes, Maria.
Hello, how's it going?
It's going great.
fantastic. Yeah, so, you know you're Nick Kershaw?
Pardon?
You're Nick Kershaw.
I'm Nick Kershaw.
No, you're Nick Kershaw, as in the song. Wouldn't it be good?
Wouldn't it be good? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not my Nick
So?
Kershaw, and I am not Nick Kershaw.
I know, I just think it is yours, because you introduced me to it, but anyway.
Wouldn't It Be Good is one of the great pop songs of the last couple of decades.
It's
by Nick.
amazing.
It's amazing, yeah, by Nick Kershaw. Yowza. Yeah.
It absolutely is. So, it's been brewing, you know, and I thought, oh, hello. You know the video, right? So I was like,
No, I have never seen the video.
well, I have. And I was like, he walks away
Yeah.
unscathed, but he
Unscathed?
is, yeah. However, in Skunk Anansi, should I say Skunk Anansi's brazen weep, people will know what I'm talking about.
No, Maria, absolutely no. I can be totally confident about this. No one knows what you're talking about. I doubt you know what you're talking about. I know I don't. But I do appreciate the effort. Thanks, Maria, for, whatever that was. Kilbride, Andy.
Hello.
Andy.
Hiya.
Yes, Andy.
So, obviously you were saying early on about getting put through to a department and you told the wrong department and put you back through and hold.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that yesterday. I was on the phone to someone who had food poisoning on an airline.
Oh, yeah.
I managed to get food poisoning from in-flight meals, and my travel insurance did not cover, maybe we don't cover accidents on in-flight.
Huh.
I'm trying to phone up to find out who deals with it. Because it's so in international travel law, there's so many different things. Where a plane took off from, what because it's not like this is so it could be like a plane took off from the UK, it went to India, it's an Indian airline, but you're British. So it's huge. It's not a clear-cut case.
Yeah, well, they're not going to make it easy for you, that's for sure.
And the travel insurance don't cover you because they say it was in-flight, so they don't cover in-flight accidents.
Oh, it's not an accident, is it?
No. No, well, if I get food poisoning in a hotel, food poisoning and the travel insurance would cover you for medical bills.
Right.
Because it's in-flight, they don't cover you. It's like... anything. If I was on a flight and I got scolded because the cabin crew were chipped up pouring coffee and I went over my lap, then it's under international travel law. It happened in the flight, so your insurance wouldn't cover you.
So are you telling me that you've got to get separate insurance for being in the air?
You do for I don't want to be too morbid. But if you are killed in an air crash, not all insurance cover you. You can actually get flight accident insurance. So it does cover you for things that happen in the air. So if you were, like, for example, maybe you opened overhead lockers up and the bag fell down and hit you in the head, then it could do that, or it could... I'm not saying that you have to have that.
Are you all right?
But check your insurance policy.
Yeah, I think whatever your insurance policy, whichever one you buy, you can be absolutely guaranteed that whatever claim you make is not accepted because of some reason in the small print.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're not in business to give money back. That's for sure.
Absolutely. He didn't inform us. So I thought, how can I inform you when I'm in the air? I mean, I can't pick my phone up and inform you to say, by the way, I'm over Caspian Sea just now. I think I've got food poisoning here on this flight here. You just can't do that.
Well, I would always eat before. Well, I say this, but I don't have much experience, and I can't remember the last time I went on holiday. But I think eating before you get on the plane, and then, I mean, how hungry are you? Did you have breakfast before you went? Yes. Did you?
I did.
Probably...
It was a long flight. It wasn't like a short flight. This was like a long flight.
How long?
It was a long haul.
How long is it?
Oh well, I did 2 stops. I I went to Singapore and I went on a airline in Middle East.
Right, long flight.
Long way. And having health issues as well. I need to eat with blood sugars and that.
Right.
Had to eat, but I did a few other folk in the aircraft
So what did you order off the menu there? Or did you were in the seats where you don't get to choose what you eat? Which was it?
Basically, yeah. You don't A or B. Basically, it wasn't. I didn't go first class.
Well, nobody goes first class, especially if they're paying for themselves. The only people who are in first class are those who are on expenses.
Yeah,
it doesn't stop them.
First class I wouldn't mind going first class to try it out. I do watch a YouTube in-flight blog.
Yeah.
And I don't want to mention the airline.
And it doesn't matter which airline you choose. First class is just too stupidly expensive. Just think about it like this. Wait a minute. Think about it like this. If I gave you, let's say, if it was from here to Singapore, let's say it's probably like £7,000. If I gave you £7,000 and asked you to sit in a relatively comfortable seat that doesn't lie flat for 12 hours, would you take the money?
No.
What?
Yes, I would take money. I would take money.
Take the money. Yeah, take the money or open the boat. Okay, well, there we go. Another satisfied customer. It doesn't make any sense. Thanks a lot, Andy, and I wish you all the best. Tynmouth, David.
Yes, good morning. Good evening.
Not quite.
Well, not quite, but...
good morning.
I disagree with virtually everything you ever say.
David, you don't even know what time of day it is. Good morning.
Well, it's an hour away.
No,
that's the problem with you. That's the problem with you. You sort of snigger your way through everything and get your little acolytes phoning you up and saying how wonderful you are.
Yeah.
I sometimes wonder how you actually carry on a conversation.
Well, David, I sometimes wonder why somebody who doesn't like a show as much as you hate this one listens.
It keeps the adrenaline flowing. I'm 85 now.
85.
Yeah.
Right. Happy birthday.
Well, in next 2 weeks' time, 1st of August, 85. And I was in further and higher education for 40 years.
Well, you couldn't pass the exams?
I was a lecturer, you silly sod.
Oh, right.
The number of students I had that at the age of 16 or 17 or 18 even would come up with... We had programs were mainly with the industrial release program, and they would come back and say, I would never treat the students when I become a manager in a hotel, restaurant, or whatever.
Yeah.
But when they come back and they've grown up, they say, did I say that? And the other thing is that when some young person, and I admire the young people in this country, and I've always had a lot of contacts, but...
You admire the young people in this country. What a weird thing to say. Based on what? I mean, talk about a wide variety of people that you seem to have an admiration for. You admire them for their youth, because that's the only thing that sticks them together.
No, it's not that. There's a variety of students in it. And I was just trying to say before you rudely interrupted me, is that when the students would come and say something irritated them when they were 16. But the other thing I was trying to say is that when over the last few months, when young people... even 14, 15 and 16 have gone off the rails a bit, and the people that excuse them say, well, of course they're around the age of 16, their brains are actually rewiring through pubescence and all these aspects.
But it doesn't mean to say they can't have. It doesn't mean to say that they cannot have an opinion on politics or where the future of this country lies.
Yes, but the problem is that they change within that period of time, and maturity has a value.
No, it really doesn't. I've met... No, it really doesn't, David. You mean age has a value, because maturity is not necessarily a function of age.
Well, that is true. I would accept that. But the problem is that there is a link and when you've had more experience of life, that you come up with different solutions. Or
David, it's not very complicated. There's a limited number of parties to vote for. You just vote for the party that you find most attractive, or the one that is the least bad option.
Well, yeah, that's true. I'm not arguing that, but things are changing rapidly at the moment with the political structure within this country, whereas a few years ago it was just three, Labour, Conservative and Lib Dems. But now there's a lot on the edges of it, and there are more probably coming through.
Well, what difference does that make? They can still make a decision.
Yes, but it's... Things are changing, and I
things
think
always change. What are you talking about, man? You have admiration for the youth, but you don't want them to have a say in the future of the country.
I think they're not mature enough to understand all the implications.
Well, then,
of what
David, some people are too old to understand the implications or to care, really, because they won't have to live with the consequences of their actions.
But age in many other countries where the more stable societies like Singapore and places like that, age is revered. Now it's the opposite in this country.
What has that got to do with what we're talking about?
Well, you're saying that old people... You were saying earlier, before I came on, that
yes.
the 60, there should be a review whether they
yes.
should be allowed to...
Thank you for agreeing with me.
No, I'm not agreeing with you. I said you said that. Not quite the same thing.
Yes,
anyway.
So, and you thought that I was entirely serious when I said that?
Well, one never knows with you.
Right. Again, if you dislike this show as much as you pretend to, David, then I would tune off. I would go and spend what little time you've got left on this earth doing something more constructive, something that you actually enjoy. Unless you are determined to be angry and irate for the rest of your time. In which case, carry on carrying on. But and I won't hold you back. Go now before it's too late. Thanks a lot, mate. Pimlico, Alex.
Nick.
Alex.
Happy Christmas.
Yes, happy Christmas to you too.
Those cretins in charge.
What?
And when they mention the cretins in charge.
Oh, the cretins.
In general, yeah, the cretins. Mm-hmm. It's not an Ofcom banned word, Nick, I've checked. So we can say it freely.
I'll bet you haven't.
I have checked with your producers earlier today, thank you, sir.
Oh, well, that's to check with my producer is neither here nor there. What does he know?
Well, you checked with Ofcom.
No offence.
So we can use that word freely and enjoy using that word freely.
Then, Alex, don't ask a cretin for advice on what words you can say on this show.
Oh, God. Anyway, very quickly, moving on swiftly with your show. When you hear the word...
Wait a minute, hang on a minute. Yeah. What did you mean by that? My show? Well, that sounded like a bit of a slam to me.
No, with the show this evening, sir.
Right, okay.
So when you hear those in charge talk about global warming and climate change, mm-hmm. and your little preamble just now...
Little preamble? Another savage swipe, Carol.
Yeah.
Just remember this, Nick, and you may have to Google it. I'm not near a computer.
If you're asking me to do homework, then I'm afraid that is right.
No. I just want to put this one out there, that when the Romans were in Londinium, back in the river valley of the Thames, back in the Roman times of the Roman invasion...
OK, that's too many rolled R's. You're just too annoying, mate. Go away. But I do wish you all the best, and I hope you have a happy life. I should have cut him off right at the beginning. I mean, as soon as he started to speak, my mind went... Warning! I've been doing this for a very long time, and I can tell him a mile away. Saffron Walden. Hello, Jay. Maybe Jay is a good reason why we shouldn't. Yes, Jay.
Hi, Nick.
You're just making noises now, Jay.
No, I'm trying to... Well, let's see how I say it. There is Donald Trump was trying to pronounce the word. I can't pronounce it myself.
Spell it for me.
To be honest.
Spell it.
I don't know.
Spell it using E-F-I...
D-I... M-E-N-I.
D-I-M-E-N-I.
Yes. or in a layman's terms, it's a paracetamol. And to be honest, we're not allowed to have paracetamol anymore.
Jay, you're giving me a headache. I think I need about 3 or 4 packets right now, as a matter of fact. I'm on about 50 or 60 paracetamol a day now, man. But I can handle it. Just feeling a bit numb at the moment, that's all.
Nick, I just wanted to ask you, have you seen South Park, the latest one?
Well, they came out this week? No.
Yes, it's so funny.
Is it? Well,
so
it's about
funny.
time, because the first one of the series was funny, and then there was a couple that really weren't. So back to the giggles. Can't wait. Thanks a lot, Jay. Loughton. Hello, Emma.
Hello.
Emma.
Nick, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks, Emma.
Well, I'd just like to make a tribute to Diane Keaton with the First Wives Club.
Yes.
Well, it's the First Wives Club and You Don't Owe Me with Goldie Hawn and Bette Midler, and I think it'd be an absolute tribute if you did the song on your air.
If I did a song on my air?
Well, on your, whatever you call it.
You want me to sing?
Well, no, not really, but I mean, you can always play it.
Wow. Well, that's offensive. I offered to do my best, Emma, and you threw it back in my face. But thanks for that. Aylesford. Tony.
Hello, Nick.
I think that's true. I think he read corporation and thought, oh, it's gone corporate now. I'm not interested.
I've absolutely no idea what you were just saying about. I was just laughing, yes. Hello, Nick.
Yes.
Hi. Yeah, you mentioned Inception just before. I have absolutely no idea what that film was about, and I remember watching that in the cinema, and is it with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes.
Yeah, I had no idea either. So I thought, no, I'm in the middle of a big move today, and I thought, no, I have to go outside, and I have no signal where I've moved. And then you mentioned about getting Wi-Fi. There is nothing, so I'm literally outside the back gate, which I'm sure I don't look like a weirdo. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, but if you get and speak to one of them bots, you need to type "speak to an agent," and then you should get through. But it's a nightmare.
Well, I asked it over and over again. Can I speak to a real human being? And it kept refusing. It kept asking me more and more questions. Does your query follow into the following 6,000 categories? Tick the one that's appropriate. None of them were.
It's awful. It's absolutely awful. It drives you crazy. Yeah. So yes.
And
so
this, by the way, was in response to them saying to me that I had missed my last payment, and my next payment was due, and if I didn't pay up straight away, that they were going to, rescind my platinum status. They were going to cut me off, and then I'd be like you, back to living in a cage as far as communications go.
Well, do what Donald Trump says, sue him. Anyway.
But I had paid. My bank account shows that I have paid them. They told me I hadn't, then I had to spend half a day trying to get to speak to a human being to actually confirm that.
You're not allowed to mention the company, are you?
No.
No, that's fair enough. Right, so the Inception, come on to the bit I call that. Oh, I've got a confession. I've got something to tell you, and all your listeners. I am a new member of your... Can you believe this? No, honestly, Nick Abbot radio fans, I criticised it. I thought, no, don't do it, Tony. Now, do you know what? There are a few idiots, but the majority of them are really nice, and I just wanted to say that. They know who they are, and I just wanted to say that. So I thought I'd mention it.
What is it?
Really...
What is it?
It's a group on Facebook, Nick Abbot radio fans.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't really look at Facebook.
I don't blame you.
I had forgotten it was there. I've forgotten Instagram is there as well. I do have an account on Instagram. Ask me what my password is. I've got no idea. I might never be able to get in there again.
Yeah, I don't blame you, but I did look on it, and it was kind of at first, because you know what, I think a lot of people, there was a lot of harsh comments. Love Laura, love Jan, and love Sophie. But you know what? I thought, God, I read it because my friend said to me, "Oh, you want to hear what's said?" And I thought, no. And then at first, it was brutal. I thought, no, keep reading on. And do you know what? I know. It was just so nice what a lot of people were saying, and I put a few comments in there. I'll have a little look now and again, but it was quite nice to watch.
Okay, it's nice to be nice, and I appreciate all of that, but you'll probably be better advised going outside and having a nice time in the real world.
Yes, I agree. Right, Donald Trump, did you see about an hour or two ago, he was sitting down and he had all these people behind him.
Yeah.
He was just blabbering on. I think he's going senile. I honestly do.
If you read out what he actually says and you hear it in anybody else's voice, it does sound as though he's lost it.
Yeah, no, this was something else. I don't know what it was about, but he's been, like, literally, he has, and then I can't remember her name because it's something to do with the Supreme Court. It was Pam Bondi or something, and he was just moving over, and then they spread apart. They wouldn't even buy the microphones. Oh, it was embarrassing.
Everything about it is embarrassing, Tony, and I want you to keep me updated at all times, all right?
I will do.
Okay, excellent work, that man. Thanks a lot. Try decaffeinated coffee. Trowbridge, Andrew.
Hello, Nick. I'm phoning you up because I'm miffed.
Oh, no. What's happened?
First of all, tomorrow night my wife is off to her coven meeting.
Really? And
yes.
You're not invited?
No. It's not really my scene, to be honest.
Right.
Okay.
What if she forgets?
Also,
what if she forgets her cauldron? You could run it down to her.
They've got one already.
Oh, have they? Right.
Yes, they use it to cool down the Pims.
Gotcha.
Yes. Anyway, also, I have to use a Ouija board to contact the management of the company I work for.
Emails not your thing?
They're dead. Don't reply to emails.
Your company is being run by dead people?
Oh, yes. Brain dead people.
Oh, brain dead people. Right. Well, I'm not sure that a Ouija board is probably the best way to contact them, though, because it looks quite complicated to operate.
No, you just hit them over the head with it.
OK, well, you've thought about this a lot, Andrew, and no wonder your wife is spending time away. I sympathise entirely. No, me neither. All right, thanks a lot, mate. Manchester. Hello, Raj.
Hello there, Nick. How are you?
Yes, very well, thanks.
Good. Kathy Burke is the name that you're looking for.
Kathy Burke, yes, thanks.
No worries. So I've got something to run by you. So just hear me out, because I don't quite understand how this carbon zero thing works in the world, but let me just hear me out.
Uh-huh.
So basically, we kept this steel plant open, didn't we? You know, the one that the Chinese wanted to shut.
Yeah.
Didn't we? We kept it open. So essentially we need coal and coke and whatever we need to get that thing running, don't we?
Well, yeah, so I don't really know very much about the making of steel, but go on.
Oh, yeah, but we need to keep the furnaces on, don't we? So basically, we've got coal under the land, but we don't want to get it out because it's like carbon.
I thought that they were changing. I thought the whole point of it was that they were changing over to a more eco-friendly fuel system to make steel. Wasn't that it?
No, well, not at the moment anyway, because that'll cost an absolute fortune. That will to rebuild.
Well, I think that was part of the issue, wasn't it? That they, I didn't really pay very much attention because smelting steel is not really at the top of my to-do list.
That's not really the point in this.
Okay.
Well, we could use another example, but essentially, we've got that stuff under the ground, but we don't want to get it out. Just like we've got oil in the North Sea, we don't want to get it out with no more licenses because it's not good for the environment and it increases our carbon footprint.
Mm-hmm.
But we still need gas and we need coal, all these sort of things. So if we buy it instead, we buy it from Poland. So if we buy it from Poland, surely the carbon footprint in the world still goes up. All it is just our country just doesn't produce as much, but we just pass it on to somebody else. But instead of us having the jobs here, we just say to the point we buy all this stuff and get it shipped in.
Yeah, if only we had our own coal industry, then we could all those exciting jobs underground. You first, Raj.
Yeah, but the same thing applies for gas, oil and gas in the North Sea. It's still there, but we don't want to issue new licenses.
Yeah.
We still need it, so we'll just buy it from someone else who's still getting out of the ground.
Yeah, I think you're missing the point about trying to get us off of these fossil fuels.
And I get that, but we're not getting off it. We're just getting it from someone else.
No, that's the whole point. We are trying to extricate ourselves from the from this kind of prison
of having.
But that doesn't change it for
the planet, though, does it?
What doesn't?
Well, if we don't get that carbon, if we don't produce that carbon ourselves, and we're passing it on to Poland, well, it's still getting produced.
Yeah, but again, you're missing the part about us trying to get off fossil fuels.
Yes, but we still need it.
until we get off fossil fuels. You can't just switch it from one fuel source to another. It is a gradual fade out of one and a fade in of the other.
Yes, but if we've got it in the ground, why don't we get it out of the ground ourselves instead of buying it from Poland?
Right. Well, I don't know. There was some issue about the quality of coal that was required to heat that smelting plant. I don't really know.
No, that's okay. We can just use oil from the North Sea instead. The same principle applies. We still need it. This is in the ground, but we don't want to get it out of the ground because it can increase our footprint. So we'll just buy it from other countries, or we'll buy it from the Saudis.
Well, we do that anyway.
Exactly, but we got it there ourselves.
Yeah, but it wouldn't make any difference to the price.
Not the price. Not about the price. But it's still there, available. But we don't want to get it out ourselves. It doesn't make any sense because it doesn't change the world.
As far as okay, the it of it, Raj, is you don't want to change your life because.
No, I want to change my life. I've got an electric car.
You got an electric. So what are you complaining about then?
I'm complaining about the fact that instead of us having jobs here, because we can get it coal out of the ground or the oil out of the sea, we're just...
Are you seriously saying that we should go back to having a coal industry in this country?
That's not what I'm saying. But if we need coal...
You just said jobs.
No, but if we need coal, and we've got coal under the ground, then we should get it out of our ground.
Well, I would rather not, because I know...
But we're getting it out of somebody else's ground. It's still making the world the same.
Well... The point of your call is not about making the world safe. Your point of your call is about benefits to this country, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Hang on a minute. Wait. I'm not sure open coal mines dotting the landscape would be a benefit to the country.
But they've been there before. It's something that we need.
And how were they to look at?
It doesn't matter. But it's something that we need. It's something that we need, and it creates jobs.
Again, with the jobs, what kind of a job would you like to do, Raj, in the coal industry?
It doesn't matter whether I like to do it or not. If that was the job,
you want somebody else to do it.
I don't mind doing it. I'm too old to do it, but I don't mind.
Okay, well then, present yourself to your local pit, and they'll give you an experience that will last a lifetime. I mean, around and around and around in circles. Is there any point in carrying on? I don't think so. He wants to go back to clean, beautiful coal. Yeah, let's open all the pits, and then we'll have to build more beds for people with emphysema, and we can all share a bath in front of the fire. That sounds great. Tooting. Hello, Jan.
Hi. Good evening, Nick.
Yes, Jan.
I'm ringing up. I'm following up on this smoke alarm business because I had a strange experience some years ago calling your show, and
weren't you the person who had one of those fire alarms that was running out of battery juice and it was going beep 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 in the background constantly? It was, how could anybody live with that?
You said, Nick, I was so shocked when I heard that you could hear something because I stopped hearing it, and I just wondered what your explanation, because I haven't really had a satisfactory explanation. I thought I'd pick your brains and your psychology, whatever it is. You
can tune out any kind of stimulus as long as it is predictable, like a dripping tap. It's really annoying when it starts, but if it just keeps dripping at the same regular pace, you can tune it out. Just like pain, you can tune pain out if it doesn't go up and down. If it's just like a regular background thing, you can train your brain to tune it out. Same thing with, an alarm of some sort, but not those smoke alarms.
Yeah, but I was sitting under it. I got into the habit of sitting under it, even reading a book, reading things, writing stuff.
And every unpredictable while it goes off. How can you tune that out?
But that's why I'm asking you. What's your explanation? Because I know, like sitting under a water dripping on your head is like a form of torture. Chinese torture. I mean, but that's actually feeling it physically on you. But this is it was just above my head, a few feet feet above my head.
I bet if you looked at that, smoke alarm, it probably was made in China. It is literally Chinese torture, and you were suffering it gladly.
No, I didn't hear it. I was so shocked when you said you could hear it.
It's impossible that you couldn't hear it. It's designed to be heard.
That's why I'm ringing to ask you how you would explain it, because I haven't had a satisfactory explanation of it. How I stopped hearing it when it was just a few feet above my head and I was doing things. I was reading. I could read a book. I could write. I was doing
impossible.
a language lesson.
No human being has ever been able to tune that out. It can't be done.
But I didn't, Nick. You shocked me when you said you heard it.
It is specifically designed not to be tune-outable.
I know. That's why I'm thinking. I don't know. That was during the pandemic, wasn't it? We were all going through weird things then.
Well, not as weird as that.
It is a bit strange, isn't it?
You certainly are.
I can't. I just haven't got an explanation for it, other than I just don't know how to explain it. I guess it's maybe, but because it's so loud.
Maybe you need your batteries changed.
But I changed it myself. I managed to work out how to change the battery eventually myself. Very difficult.
It is very difficult.
Standing on a table.
Unreasonably difficult, and dangerous. Yes, people have
I stood on the
been
table.
very, very badly injured trying to save themselves from an injury. Yeah.
But well, I don't know. I just don't know how to. It's just like maybe it's just like when you have traffic. If you live in a road where you've got loads of traffic.
Not like that.
After a while, you don't hear it.
It's not like that at all. That infuriating, jarring electric jolt of beep that comes from your fire alarm thing when it's running out of juice. It's designed specifically not to be so that people aren't able to ignore it, because it's trying to save your life, for crying out loud.
And I have nothing wrong with my hearing. I've got very sharp hearing as well. I can hear very things that other people won't hear, like a pin drop.
Well, then there must be some other explanation. If it's not your ears, then maybe it's what's between them.
my mind, my brain, or something.
Yeah.
Well, I'm puzzled. I'm puzzled. I'm going to be endlessly puzzled about it. But you started me off thinking about it, and I don't know if you remember it.
Yes, I do recall urging you to slam the phone down on me and get busy trying to find the source of that infuriating beep, because it was driving me up the wall.
My head.
It would put my all of my nerves on edge.
And it was just above my head.
Yeah, remarkable.
Isn't it? Well, maybe...
You certainly are. Jan, I've got to go, but if you ever hear that again, assuming that you can actually hear that sound, maybe your ears aren't that good. And
they are. I can pick up very sharp things.
Yeah, okay, but there's a difference in hearing between, the very... I'm not technically minded. So I don't know what I'm talking about now, but you can hear, some people can hear very, very low noises, and some people can hear very, very high noises. Maybe you just can't hear a very, very high noise.
No, I can. I'm good with the music.
Can you hear yourself when you speak?
Yeah, I recognise my voice.
Right, okay. Well, I'm just checking. I have to check all possibilities. It's the professional thing to do. Australia, Annie.
Good day, mate.
Yes, ma'am.
I could say good day, mate, couldn't I?
Yeah, you did, twice.
Oh, hello. I'd like to say that ID cards, I totally disagree with ID cards. I think that it will cause a slippery slope to totalitarianism, and I think it opens the door to mass surveillance. I think that it's billions of pounds to be at the taxpayers' cost. I don't believe it will be effective, because looking at other countries, it hasn't stopped crime. Criminals can still forge documents online. And I think people haven't given consent. We live in a democratic country. It's a free society. The burden should not be on the state to tell us what to do all the time. we shouldn't have to prove or carry ID cards because of these votes. If you don't want people coming into the country, get them out and do it properly.
Okay, as far as totalitarian, I mean, I assume that's it, so I'll deal with the points one at a time. As far as totalitarianism is concerned, if a future government had its eye on running a totalitarian regime, then they could insist on ID cards at any time. It wouldn't really make any difference whether they exist now. If a totalitarian aligned government came in, then they could insist on it even if they don't have it at the moment. So that don't make no, never mind. As for mass surveillance, we are already mass surveilled. We, in this country, are more surveilled than any country on earth. And I don't remember anybody complaining too much about it. Correction, any country on earth except China. And as for stopping crime, well, nothing stops crime. There are laws against crime, and they don't stop crime, but nobody suggests that we should have no laws against crime because they don't stop crime. And as for consent, we've consented for all of our information to be taken by we have absolutely no idea. All of the programs that we've downloaded from the internet, all of the apps that are on our phone came with terms and conditions that are about 20, 25 pages long, and we didn't read a single word of them before ticking the box that said, I have read the terms and conditions. So consent went out the window a long time ago. And as for proving our ID, well, that is necessary anyway. In various ways. I mean, the Tories made it so that we had to prove our ID to vote. Now, wouldn't it be easier to do all of the things that require you to present your ID if we just had it on our phone, had a QR code, and somebody could zap it, and that'd be the end of it? And the vast majority of the people in this country want an ID card. It's even the people who would vote for the parties who are supposedly against having an ID card are for an ID card. Other than that, Annie, yeah. Or no, depending. Chelsea, hello, Mark.
Yes, hi there, hello. Can you hear me?
There, yes, I can.
Hi. So, I mean, the concept of a Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, seems to be the preserve of, God-fearing centre-right gents, both sides of the pond, that are so centre-right that if you go a little bit further right, you literally only have the Ku Klux Klan and the neo-Nazis left, but we'll call them centre-right.
Okay.
Now, why can't we use this concept of Department of Government Efficiency? Because for 5 years, that's when the pandemic started. 5 years, I phoned you a few times. I felt apologetic, and you said, oh, no, keep going on about it. And there's about a cabinet minister transferring hundreds of millions of pounds into her husband's bank account, who made 121 million quid's pure profit, as designated by the courts.
Yeah.
For reject personal protection equipment that led to 100,000 deaths with no talk of corporate manslaughter.
Thousands of millions of pounds just disappeared. Now these people are lecturing us about the government wasting money. Yeah,
well, the court's ordered that she's got to pay Michelle Mann wearing fake fur in the Palace of Westminster and the Lords has to pay back the 121 million quid. Right. But the company went bust into receivership that day, conveniently, so she literally doesn't.
Well, I don't know about the excruciating details of it all, but we wait in expectation of a refund, and we'll probably be waiting for a very, very long time, Mark.
So why can't we have a Department of Government Efficiency that looks at money that's hemorrhaged from the taxpayer, not just to people with a different complexion at a lower rate, but people who are pink and in the pink, wearing fake fur and ermine in the Palace of Westminster and the Lords, who are doing very well. I mean, everybody who built that aircraft carrier that didn't work last year for £1 billion made a few quid out of it. Yes. And then, now this is the beauty of this. Farage saying indefinite leave to remain, get out. You've got, not everybody is whatever the words are for, undesirables. Some of them have got a few quid. And there are Jewish people who are afraid of being in the UK. Iranian Jewish refugees. It's got the biggest Jewish population in the Middle East other than Israel. They hang you there publicly. It's online if you're sick enough to look at it.
Okay, I don't think that it's kind of all over the shop. But I think that if you have a problem with somebody that has a certificate that says indefinite leave to remain, then I think you have a problem with the dictionary. Because that word indefinite does mean that it's not finite. So you can't just give somebody something and then just take it back because you don't like the look of them. That don't make no sense to me. It's not really what we do traditionally in this country, but, you know, as America is finding out, what you traditionally do is historically is not necessarily what you will do going forward. All right, thanks a lot, Mark. Calm down, mate. Have some decaffeinated coffee. Melbourne, Australia. Hello, Gavin.
Hi, Nick. How are you, mate?
I am super. Thanks for asking.
Excellent. We've got Glasgow weather has hit us in a mighty manner. Yeah. We had a real Glasgow week last week, raining all day. But anyway, today's fine. So just hello to Laura, Jan, Jeff, Goose and Cuckoo, and my learned friend Ranjit. Just quickly, I'm not a drawbridge shutter. I know the history of my country. I am a convict, ancestry, and I'm not the Prime Minister, so I wasn't the one who's let the boats crash into the water. Okay, right. Let's go. On and upwards. Now, I've done a bit of homework for you.
Thanks.
Your family came to Western Australia, the Abbot name, in 1963, so you were 10-pound poms. You came from Leeds and you first settled in Western Australia. You departed Southampton and you arrived in 1964, and the family has become on to be very successsual.
Right.
And leading on to that,
none of that has anything to do with me.
Well, that's your family history in Australia.
It's not my family that you're describing. Leeds is not a place where anybody in my family has ever lived, apart from me, for 6 months.
Oh, well, that's where the Abbots in Australia first came from, anyway.
Right, well, the Abbots in Australia are not related to the Abbots of Britain.
Well, they came from Britain, so how aren't they related?
Well, there's many families with the surname Smith. They're not all related.
I understand that. You know where I'm coming from. Now, you have a beer named after you. I've sent Sick Boy an image of the can.
Yes.
Abbott's Lager was...
not lager, it's Abbot Ale, surely.
No, it's Abbott's Lager. It was founded in 1904 by the Melbourne Co-op Brewery, later known as the Abbotsford Brewery. That's just up near Carlton.
Oh, right. So the Abbott's Lager is not associated with the much superior Abbott's Ale, which is brewed in this country.
Never heard of it. They just must have copied the name like we do with our suburbs and all that sort of stuff. It got taken over. It's a horrible beer, but it's back on sale.
Hooray!
They stopped selling it in, I think, 95, and they've just put it back a couple of years ago. So it's a very famous brewing company, and it's not the oldest, but it's the second oldest. The oldest is Tasmania, what's called Cascade Lager. And that's a beautiful beer because they have very fresh...
sorry to interrupt, but I think we're just off on a rant about beer now, and has got nothing to do with...
No, we're not. No.
Okay, then.
Anyway, Melbourne names matching the suburbs. We have Brighton, we have Ascot Vale, which is my suburb. It's linked to, named after Ascot Racecourse in England. We have an Ashburton, we have a Box Hill, we have a Heidelberg, we have a Chelsea, we have an Albert Park, we have an Armadale, and I can't believe it. We've got a Notting Hill.
Right.
In Melbourne, I didn't even know we had one.
Well, you're speaking too fast for me to write this stuff down, so I'm going to have to listen to it later. But unless you have something other than a list, I got to go. Thanks a lot, Gavin. I mean, you did say something at the end there, but I guess we'll never know. Upper Edmonton. Hello, Layla.
Hi. So two things. The first thing is I think these Trump protests are just stupid. So I'm going to list my reasons why I think it's stupid. First of all, like, the police have got better things to do than police protests. Like, there's actual
the police would be there anyway.
Yeah, but like, the police have got better things to do than be policing a protest.
Yeah, but
like,
the police would be there The police would be there anyway.
Yeah, but the amount of police that is needed to police all these protests is going to be more than the amount of police.
Right.
And then,
but the police would be there anyway. But anyway, go on.
But not in the amount of numbers.
Yeah, they would.
Secondly, I just feel like, okay, he's not our president, so he's not our problem. Number three...
Well, he is our problem. He is absolutely our problem.
Not to the same extent that he's a problem of the American people.
Yes, he's a problem with the American people, but that's the American people's lookout. But our problem is that he is a problem for us, and that's our lookout.
Okay.
I mean, the first thing that he did when he landed was tell us how we should organise our immigration policies and how we should organise our power infrastructure. That was the first thing he did when he landed.
Yeah, but that's all like bluster and show and bravado.
Until
and
he says,
sneaker.
if you don't do what I say, I will tariff all of your goods, which he has done.
Exactly. So that moves on to my third point. So my third point is we should be like kissing his ass so we don't get tariffs on our goods. So people working in car factories and steel factories don't get their bad end of a stick.
Right. So you are now arguing against yourself. So he is a problem for us.
He is, which is why we should kiss his ass so we don't end up with tariffs on our steel and our aluminium and our cars.
Why do you think that somebody from another country should dictate the policy of this country?
Yeah, they shouldn't in an ideal world, but it's not an ideal world. It is what it is, you know?
And so is that not something to protest about?
No, I don't think so.
Really? Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Layla. You've given that a lot of thought. Aylesford. Hello, Tony.
Hello, Nick.
Yes, Tony.
Hi, I want to talk about illegal immigration.
Oh, no.
Oh, I know, it should be a swear word. No, it shouldn't be. But can I just, forget what I've just said right now. Why do people, you just had a caller before, why do people feel the need? I'm not a racist.
But?
I'm not a homophobe.
But?
I'm not a sexist.
But?
I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm definitely a Charlton Athletic fan. Why do people... Well, it means, to me, when they say that...
It means they are, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It means that they think that they are, but they would prefer not to be. They would prefer not to associate themselves with those thoughts, but they can't stop thinking them.
Yes, or they're just. I don't want to be rude because I'm not the most educated.
Yeah, you don't want to be rude, but
they may be not that educated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So now I've got some figures here for you. Now I was listening with intent yesterday. You had a caller yesterday talking about illegal immigration. I can't remember his name. Let's just call him Mr. Irrelevant. No, that is rude. Now, guess, right, I know some of them are taken up from hotels, yes, but let's remember, these hotel... No, hold on. Let's remember that these hotel rooms that they're taking up, they are getting business from the government paying for it.
All right. Can we skip to the end?
Yes. Guess how much illegal immigrants get a day to live on?
Is it £6?
It's £7 per day.
Right, £7 a day.
Now, that is £49.18 a week.
Yeah.
Now, how can anyone really complain about that? Now, I spoke to someone, they want to work, they are staying in places, but I think this... Let's talk about legal migration.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Let's not, Tony, but I appreciate the thought and the effort. God. That's the last thing I want to talk about right now. Let's see now. Henlow in Bedfordshire. Andrew.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Where?
Henlow.
Oh,
Bedfordshire.
There. You're there.
I'm there.
Yes, sir.
Did you want me to continue what I was saying?
Can you leave that with me?
ID cards.
Yes, ID cards. Oh, all right, then.
Yeah. As I was starting to say to you, I was not good at school in history, but I saw a program on BPS, the American program, and it was about the 1060 when William killed Harold and took over the English crown. He decided after a couple of years he wanted to know more about what was going on here.
Yeah.
So he commissioned the Doomsday Book. Lots of people have heard of it, but I don't think we all know what it was about.
It sounds depressing.
Yeah. He wanted to know all the farms, all the estates, all the homesteads.
Yeah.
What cattle they've got, sheep, horses, etc. And he collated it all in this book, the Doomsday Book, and he knew everything about everybody of worth. And he was the richest man in Europe at the time when he got all the money, taxes from them.
Oh, yeah.
So when I heard this about the ID card, I know it's much more sophisticated, but and much wider in its approach. But it just rang a bell of my history lessons at school.
You think that they want an ID card in order to take tax from you?
Anything they can get hold of or dream of, yeah.
But they can take tax from you already, Andrew. I mean, most people get the tax taken off their salary before they get what's left.
Yes, I know. I've retired now. I'm 84. But,
84 years old?
Yeah. But I've paid the taxes, yeah.
Right. Well, do you have any evidence of that?
Well, no.
Oh,
only my pension that comes in.
Right. So why would you object to an ID card if you are not in a position to pay taxes?
I'm just saying we've had it all before in 1068.
Right. Whenever that was. Okay. Well, thanks for the bad news, Andrew. Whatever that was, I didn't really quite understand what the point was there, but it sounded like a wonky history lesson to me. Bridgend, Bo.
Hiya, Nick. Put your mind at rest, Nick. You're worrying about nothing with this water situation.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Right, the Brecon Beacons, my brother Yanto and Di are actually laying a pipe. They've gone down through Chepstow now. They're currently by the Severn Bridge, scratching their heads where the Gwender are over.
They're laying a pipe?
They're laying a pipe. The water's being pumped from Wales to England to keep you all hydrated.
Is it?
Well, we're working on it now. My brothers are working on the laying of the pipe.
Right, okay. Well, that's excellent news, Bo. And I can't wait I can't wait to taste your product.
The plan is, Nick, to turn left down through the Cotswolds and set up a bottling plant in Oxford.
That's a good plan. You set up the bottling plant in Oxford. You lay the pipe from Wales to that famous plant, and you bottle it, put it on the market. I want you to, back it up with a huge advertising budget, and then we'll split the proceeds 50-50. What do you say?
Well, one more thing, Nick. You know Welsh Water are non-for-profit organisation, so we're not going to be ripping you off, are we?
Okay, well, as long as I get 50% of the profits, that's all I'm concerned about. Thanks a lot, Bo. Crystal Palace. Hello, Joe.
Hi, Nick. I've got 2 jokes for you first.
Don't.
I've got a question. Hold on. It's going to be 2 rare good jokes.
No.
Quick one.
Go straight to the question.
Okay, right then. I want to ask a good question, and I think the whole of London is going to want to know the answer to this question. I can't basically even ask who I need to be asking this question. But here we go. Here's my question. And first of all, before I say this question, I just want to say thank you to St Thomas's Hospital, because basically, you are the bomb, you are the Fort Knox, you are what the NHS are meant to be in this country. And I want to say, your rating, what you put up on your wall, 5-star rating, that's what you are. And I want to say to the whole of the NHS in the country, you need to be up to the standards what St Thomas's Hospital is, right next to the House of Parliament.
Right.
Now, my question is why is that hospital 5-star and then the rest of the country are not? Why? And why not? Why? Because when I say 5-star, you go inside that hospital, it's like the Pentagon. It's like Fort Knox. I'm talking. I'm being. It's like CSI. I'm being real. Like you get your own room, your own shower, meals are first class, service are first class. It's like you're the queen or the king. The service you get in there, and you get seen there so fast.
But how do you know all of this?
Because I was there yesterday.
Right. Well, you were being treated,
and it was amazing. It was the best. I felt like I was royalty. I felt like I was like an MP. I'm being for real. But why? Why is it that service? Is it because it's across the road from the House of Parliament, or is it to serve our foreign visitors, like the MPs and things like that? Why is that hospital so 5-star?
I don't know, Joe. I mean, where did you get this 5-star thing from? You said you saw it on the wall.
Because on the wall it's got 5-star cleaning rating, 5-star, excellent. It is 5-star.
Right.
Like I'm telling you, it's like the Pentagon. It's like Fort Knox. You've never seen a hospital like it in your life.
But I'm not sure I'd want a hospital to be like Pentagon or Fort Knox, because that implies hang on a minute, that implies that you wouldn't be able to get in.
Exactly, because I'm talking about, look, your ward has got a security inside your water. No one can't get in. Every 5 meters, there's a security sitting there, so no one can even come in and do anything. And then, like, certain parts, when I say it's like the Pentagon, it's like all glass, like frames. You see people in their own private people's own shells.
Well, that sounds like a private hospital.
No, it ain't a private hospital. It's just a normal hospital.
But some ordinary hospitals have private wings.
You've never seen a hospital like this before. You've never. You go there and go and visit, and you tell me, am I right?
Well, I can't wait to get sick enough to go. You've really painted a beautiful picture of it, Joe, and I appreciate it. But it sounds like the private wing of an NHS hospital to me. That's what sounds like what you just described. But unfortunately, I'm not feeling very sick at the moment, so oh well. You know, life is full of little disappointments. But at least we were spared the jokes. Pimlico. Hello, Daryl.
Hello, Nick. Nice to be on your show. I just want to say I've been thinking a lot lately, and with the problem that we're having with Russia on one hand, China on the other, and then not being able to rely on America anymore, I think that Britain should become a superpower.
It's as simple as that. Yes.
Yeah, because after the Second World War, we had the opportunity to become a superpower. We were producing so many planes and weaponry. We had the choice of becoming a superpower like the United States. And we turned the idea down and just said we'll just be an ordinary country like every other country.
What do you mean by superpower?
Well, we should develop more nuclear weapons and more.
How many nuclear weapons would be enough to make you a superpower? We already have the firepower to blow the world up.
Well, no, we don't. We don't have it. No, but NATO has most of it. In NATO is actually in America, but America, they won't come to Europe anymore and help anybody in Europe. You know, they say it's your problem. You should take care of your own continent.
Yeah, I don't think being a superpower is having a lot of nuclear weapons. I think it's more than that.
Yeah, it could well be. Yeah,
well,
sure.
It is.
All right then. Yeah.
It's having a high enough GDP to compete with or match those that are described as superpowers.
Yeah. Well, with Russia, patrolling the Black Sea and the North Atlantic, and then the Chinese patrolling the South China Sea, they're expanding their influence in the world, and democracy is becoming more and more frail. But like we all know that Europe haven't been building defences around their countries in order to support a NATO alliance, and so the best candidate to become a superpower would be Britain.
Yeah, again, I don't think you can decide to be a superpower. You either are or aren't. And I'm not sure that... Maybe it's just you're not using the phrase superpower correctly. You mean a giant military force?
Yeah.
Right, okay, well, that's not a superpower. We are a giant military force. I mean, how many nuclear weapons do you actually need to persuade somebody not to strike first at you? I think we've got plenty. Whether they'll actually work or not when we, in the event of us slamming our hands down on the big red button marked go, well, that's another thing entirely. But I wouldn't worry about it, Daryl. We're going to be spending plenty enough money on weaponry from now until the end of time, I would expect. Hackney. Hello, John.
Hello.
Yes, John.
Hello there. I just wanted to say that there's going to be a new party.
Oh, yeah. What time does it start? That was the wrong one. It would have been beautiful if only I'd hit that one.
Yeah, so have you heard about the new party?
What time does it start? Your name's not on the list, you're not getting in.
A new political party.
Well, then no.
It's called Advance. It's going to wipe the floor with these other right-wing parties that started themselves.
Well, you make a good point, and I can't wait not to join it. What's in its manifesto?
Well, it's not about the manifesto. It's about who's endorsing it and who's going to be the leader. The leader is going to be Ben Habib. And who's endorsing it? A legend, a hero of mine, Tommy Robinson.
Okay.
And
well, I wish him and you and all who sail on them the very best of luck. Thanks a lot, John. Because that's what this country needs, another right-wing party. Like we don't have enough of those already. Good grief. There's a very slim margin on the right there, and I don't think it's big enough for another party. Somewhere in the middle might be good. I mean, you might have some luck in the middle-ish or, on the left. Only the one, really, Uncle Jezza. There's a bunch in the middle. It's quite bunched up in the middle, and we've got plenty enough on the right. South Kensington, Leonard.
Oh, good evening, Nick.
Yes, Leonard.
What was that guy? Did I hear somebody use the F word?
Well, only you did because you were on hold. The nice people at home hopefully didn't because I hit the delay button.
No, I didn't actually. I don't know where you get that idea from. I don't normally swear. It's unnecessary, you know.
Yeah.
I was just listening about Badenoch. You talking about the North Sea oil. I mean, what are they going to do with it? Give it to their billionaire friends?
Well, of course, yeah. It's not.
Before.
Yeah, exactly. It's not ours. We're not Norway.
Well, no. Norway has a good vision for the future of its people. That's not in the way under Tory.
They didn't give their oil away to their close personal friends and donors. They kept it, and now they have I think it's the world's biggest state. Oh God, what's it called? I was on the tip of my tongue just a moment ago, and now I've jumped past it, and I can't remember what it was. The state fund. That's more or less it.
They're saying it'd be akin to what they refer to as a resource extraction colony for billionaires and their corporations. So basically, I don't know, I just don't think Badenoch will ever be Prime Minister, so it doesn't matter really. But, I mean, with regards to the jobs market, my neighbour's got a very young daughter. Well, I say young, she's 21, which is young, I suppose. But a lot of young people can't find jobs. So I don't know why people, harp on about there being plenty of jobs, like your previous caller, because from what I've seen,
my previous caller said there are plenty of jobs. I don't recall, mind you, I don't really pay much attention on this show, but I don't recall anybody saying that there were plenty of jobs. Are you sure you're listening to this show?
Somebody mentioned it, yes, that there were lots of jobs that people don't want to do. I don't even think that is the case either.
Well, it is. We've got staff shortages in all sorts of tough to do jobs that we don't want to do, like picking fruits and pulling up tubers and stuff like that, like farm work. And we've got shortage in logistics, as far as I'm aware. Lorry drivers and so on. And we've got shortages in butchers and all of that stuff. All of the things that we used to rely on the Eastern Europeans to do for us, we said, get out of our country, we don't want you no more. And so they were replaced by people from largely India, which I'm pretty sure is not what the people who shouted, get out of our country, had in mind.
Well, I heard yesterday that there's around about 11 million I'm not sure if they were talking about illegal immigrants, but they said there were 11 million refugees in Britain.
No. 11 million?
That was coming from somebody that I know.
That's 1 in 6 people in the country. Of course not.
But I must admit, I thought it was probably a little bit extreme.
Yeah, misinformation. Fake news.
No. I think you can distinguish the difference between misinformation or disinformation and misinformation.
Well, what's the difference?
I think a lot of the disinformation is almost certainly on purpose, such as I don't know. I think that a lot of it is to obviously distract people away from the questioning the present state.
Yeah,
of
well, let's
affairs
not get
in
bogged down
government.
in what's the difference between dis and miss, but I think that there's the same thing. Disinformation and misinformation is the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but the point is, these jobs, I mean, you know, they're not abundant. I mean, but then you've got to take into account that a lot of people cannot afford to live, and they have to claim, you know, benefits on top of those jobs.
Right, but the jobs that we're talking about that aren't being done are the ones that we Brits don't want to do or can't do. I mean, there are a lack of... I mean, I don't know what the unemployment rate is in this country. It's not that bad, not at the moment. You need at least 3 to 4% to have a healthy economy, because companies need to have a pool of workers to pick from if they're going to expand. But I don't think that we're running a high unemployment rate at the moment. But we will, because artificial intelligence is about to fire everybody.
Affirmative.
You'll all get terminated.
Correct.
And not in a good way. Watford. Hello, Jeremy.
Hello, yes, it's Jeremy from Ruislip. I wanted to comment on the King's Day, the anti-King's Days that are happening in America. I just think it's a complete irony that the Americans are calling it No King's Day, when if they knew anything about democracy and anything about, for example, the British monarchy, they would realise that our king is far, far away from being any form of a dictator. And that we have a parliamentary system that prevents that from happening.
Yes, it's the concept rather than a reference to Charles.
Okay, but there aren't that many kings that are practical dictators, even around the rest of the world. Most of them have been stripped of their effective powers.
Yeah, most. But again, it's the concept of a king rather than any particular instance that exists now. I mean, you could look at...
Okay, so they're caricaturing Trump in that manner, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll allow them.
That's very generous of you, Jeremy. I am sure they'll appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, on their behalf, I'm thanking you. He's allowing it. Go ahead, everybody. South Norwood. Hello, Philip.
Oh, good evening, Nick.
Yes, Philip.
George Segal.
George Segal is the correct answer.
Yeah, actually, funny enough, Nick, one of his films got me into an argument on LBC some years ago.
We should explain what George Segal was in. It was in The Owl and the Pussycat with Barbara Streisand. One of them wait a minute. One of them screwball comedies that I saw just this week. In fact, I think on TV they had What's Up, Doc?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I remember that.
Very, very funny.
Ryan O'Neill.
I would say that Owl and the Pussycat is funnier.
There was, just before I go on to my main point about the George Segal, the Owl and the Pussycat and The Graduate had a connection. The screenplay was written by a guy called Buck Henry.
Oh, yeah.
And Buck Henry had a great role in The Graduate. You remember when Dustin Hoffman... You've seen The Graduate?
Oh, was it the thing when he said, what you want to get into? Plastic.
He was the hotel clerk.
Right, he's just talking all over me. So it wasn't the plastic guy?
Well, he was the hotel clerk who, when he went to spend an evening with Anne Bancroft...
Don't call.
He was on the desk.
I don't recall that.
Well, anyway, George Segal, one of George Segal's films got me into an argument on LBC some years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a guest had, in the studio, they had two well-known singers, who appeared in a George Segal film called Roller Coaster. Have you ever heard of Roller Coaster?
No.
So it's a semi-disaster. Anyway, they had Sparks in the studio.
Sparks?
Yeah, rock and roll.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Rock and roll! And they opened the phone lines, Nick, and I got a chance to have a chat with Sparks about their appearance in the film Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
And they turned around and said they hated it. They hated the film.
Right. Well,
So I got into a bit of a discussion about, why they hated it and, this, that and the other.
Was it because it was a bad film?
No, it wasn't a bad film.
I bet it was.
It was. It's a good film.
Now, you said that it was a disaster film, so presumably somebody was locked in on the roller coaster and they couldn't get off.
No, it was about a guy who was going round blowing up roller coasters.
Oh, right.
And he was the safety officer. He's a great actor, isn't he? And he was the safety officer who had
the
to go...
safety officer was blowing up roller coasters?
No. He was going round to find out who was doing it.
Right.
And the finale takes place at Magic Mountain in Los Angeles. You ever been there?
I think I have. Magic Mountain, yeah.
And anyway, the finale takes place there, and Sparks are singing. It's 4th of July, and Sparks are singing in the finale on the stage.
It sounds absolutely awful.
No, it's not. No, I have an argument with you as well.
You were arguing about people who had actually been in the film about whether the film was any
I
good.
was saying that I'd enjoyed the film and I thought it was a good film.
They thought that it was rubbish, and they having appeared in the film, I'd say I'd take their word over yours.
Well, perhaps it was a bad day, you know. Because they smash guitars and things like that, don't they?
Sparks?
Yes.
No.
They do, yeah, they were smashing stuff on this.
No, that was The Who.
No. In the film, I know the film, it's one of my favourite films. No, the finale, as I say, they're on stage, it's all, you know, they're getting really, I sing Bad Boy. Do you know the song called Bad Boy?
No.
Oh.
They're getting really irate because they're in this terrible film and they decided to smash their equipment
in a terrible film.
I would think so, yeah.
But as I say, what other films have you watched that you can't remember who was in?
I can't remember. But thanks for asking, Phil. Appreciate the question. What other films have you seen that you can't remember who was in? Yeah, let me think about that. I'll just need some silence. Bear with me. Snowdonia. Sarah.
Oh, Nick, thank you so much for taking my call.
Sarah.
Hello, darling. Yeah, I wanted to talk about the fact that, okay, the weather here, the stormy Amy, it's so bad that my 4 border collies wouldn't go outside.
Oh, that's a bit weak. It's just wind.
Yeah. And it was so grim, it blew our doors and our windows out.
Well, North Wales is a very, very windy place ordinarily, and with that coming across, and there's virtually nothing in between you and it. I mean, if you're on the east side of the country, then you've got some hills and towns in the way, and it'll slow it down a bit. But you're right at the cutting edge there, Sarah.
Yes, we are. And also wanted to tell you that I've got a new little puppy also.
You got 4 dogs and a puppy?
Yeah, she's called Nancy.
Right. Isn't that a bit too many dogs?
Well, I've got 10 acres. I'm allowed to have as many dogs as I damn well please.
10 acres? Blimey. And do they just run about? Can they just go
No.
go where they please?
Of course not.
No?
No, that would be illegal.
Would it?
No, because I've got other livestock. You know this. We've spoken before.
Sarah, I don't pay attention to anything anybody tells me on this show. Are you kidding? I speak to hundreds of people in the course of a weekend. I'm not expected to be remembering this stuff.
I know. I mean, that's why I adore you.
Yeah.
You're amazing. I think you're the funniest thing in the world, but last night I had to turn you off because it was just too serious.
Yeah, well, occasionally the news takes over. It is a news talk station, Sarah.
Yeah, but you're not, though.
I'm not what?
Oh, you're not news talk. You're a delightful, lovely chap.
Yeah, I think you'll find that I am news talk and I'm a delightful, lovely chap. You can be both.
Well, I'm sure you can. Actually, I'm backing right down because your producer also told me off.
Right, but he told you off for saying what you just told me.
No, he told me off for apparently backing him down into a corner.
Right, well, I've got no idea what you're talking about now, but whatever it was you did, Sarah, please ensure that you do not do it again. All right. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Stockport. Hello, Mary.
Hello.
Mary.
Yeah, you said that dragons don't like soup.
I do not understand why somebody made a dragon's main meal as soup. Why would a dragon eat soup?
Because he loves it. I used to make it myself. Now I use Baxter's. I wasn't going to phone in, but he's tucked into some lobster bisque. He does his own croutons. He just breathes on them. I make my own bread. He just breathes on them. Then he's got his own croutons. He's as happy as Larry. His name's Wilf, actually. It's not Larry.
Wilf?
Yeah, Wilf, yeah.
Wilf, the magic dragon?
Yep.
I thought he lived by the sea.
I'm next to a canal.
Well, that counts, yeah.
Yeah, and he only goes out at night, so he doesn't frighten people.
Right.
Because he's about 20 foot long.
Well, that would... OK. All right, well, he probably just, sticks with the shadows.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
Cliff Richard.
Well,
but...
it's up to... I don't know what he does. It's up to him what he does.
Right. OK, well, thanks for letting us know, Mary. I'll sum up that call for you. Richmond. Hello, Phil.
Sorry, is that you?
Yes, Phil.
Yeah, sorry, you caught me on that.
Are you on speakerphone?
I think so, yeah. Should I switch something off?
Yes, just switch anything off and we'll see what happens.
Okay, hold on.
Let's hope he hangs up on himself.
Is that better?
Say it again?
Is that better?
No, you haven't done it.
Yeah, I've done it.
No, you haven't.
I'm off speakerphone.
You are not off speakerphone.
So should I put it back on speakerphone then?
Try pressing the red button, the button marked red. Only just...
That switches me off from you.
Yeah, try that button.
You want me to switch off?
Yes, hit the button marked red.
That's the off button.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, give it a go, see what happens.
Oh, that means you're hanging up on me.
No, I'm not doing anything of the sort. Oh, he hung up on himself. He hung up on himself. It's a dream come true. We'll try and get him back.